You may be like me when you became a homeowner and started to think about all the different ways that your gaming hobby could take shape in your new home. For me, I knew from the start that I wanted an arcade or at least an arcade machine. I spent days researching both custom arcade machines and also classic arcade machine and not feeling 100% certain on what I wanted. That was until I stumbled onto something I've never seen before from an arcade cabinet. Something so different and so unique, I had to have it. An arcade cabinet so modern and so beautiful that it could go in your basement, in your home office, in your living room, or at the dentist office where you wait to pay someone to torture you. I know that an arcade machine in your living room sounds a little bit ridiculous, but you might be surprised. This is my review for your next home arcade machine, the Polycade Sente. Before we get started, I'd like to ask for your help real quick. When you watch my videos, YouTube plays ads and generates revenue from those ads. Unfortunately, I don't see a cent from that revenue. Once I'm partnered with YouTube, I can start receiving my fair share of that ad revenue. The first step is hitting 1,000 subscribers, and I am so close. Clicking that subscribe button below would mean a lot to me and help me on my way to becoming a YouTube partner. It's totally free and zero commitment. You're just tapping a button that tells YouTube, hey, this guy's all right, give him some money. All right, enough about that. Back to the review. In the 90s, we saw an emergence of 3D gaming come to arcade games, and this is where little AK first got his paws on an arcade stick and buttons. Nothing was more exciting than a trip to the Family Fun Center to play Tekken, Simpsons, X-Men, NFL Blitz, and of course, Top Skater. This may come as a shock to some of you, but it's the only place you could play those games at that time. My friends and I spent hours popping quarters in the slots, and it's a feeling you just can't get anywhere else. Or at least, thought it was the only place. Kids in the 90s are adults now, and we have homes, and we like to game in them. When we got our house, I knew I wanted some sort of arcade in the basement to bring back the nostalgia and also provide some memories for myself and my son. There's a lot of options on the internet for custom arcade cabinets, but the one that stood out to me as the clear winner is the Polycade Sente. The team at Polycade had a mission to bring arcades into the 21st century and bring them into homes. The Polycade Sente is a classic arcade machine with modern day software and even hardware options. Let's take a look at all the features Polycade has packed into this modern and sleek arcade cabinet. Most arcade machines are pretty beefy, unless you're gonna buy one of those cheap things from Best Buy. The Sente is a sleek cabinet that easily mounts to the wall. The design of the cabinet feels modern and stylish with hard edges and a nice powder coat finish. This makes the Polycade a great solution to more than just an arcade in a basement. Many people have installed them in their living rooms or as an accent piece in their home. There's also a ton of businesses who are installing them in their weight rooms and their bars. The modern touch and the ease of mounting make this something that just can go about anywhere. Speaking of mounting, you actually don't have to mount this to the wall. You can purchase a stand that the Sente attaches to and then just put it up against the wall. Easy peasy. My Sente came with a mini PC and was basically plug and play. And that was great, but that's not where it ends. You can also plug in Nintendo Switch, Sony PlayStation, and even a Steam Deck and play games from those consoles on the Sente. As of making this video, you can't plug in and play an Xbox, but you should be able to really soon. But that's not all. And this is actually my favorite part. You can put an entirely custom PC in this machine. I recently built a new PC and decided to put my previous PC in the Sente. My arcade machine is now running on a RTX 4060 Ti and a 5800 X3D. Matter of fact, I've been playing modern games and streaming from my arcade for weeks now. Try to find a single arcade machine out there that makes any of this easy and doesn't cost you upwards of $6,000. The different ways you can play games on this machine is unmatched. Polycade also went all in on the software for this machine. The mini PC that came with my arcade came loaded up with Polycade's gaming software, AGS. This software is your launcher for games and also serves as a way to download more games. You can browse their library of available games and purchase from there. You can also download ROMs and play games from just about any classic console you can think of. Literally, AGS comes with a handful of emulators, and you can download more if you want. I've been enjoying a ton of classic games by just downloading ROMs and letting AGS find them and load them. AGS also automatically loads any Steam games you download, magically. Download a Steam game and it's right there, ready to play. It just shows up. Some games struggled a bit on my mini PC, but the custom PC I built had zero issues running anything I threw at it. Polycade also didn't go cheap on their inputs. They use Sanwa joysticks and buttons, and if you're at all familiar with fight sticks or arcades, you'd probably let out a little These are the same sticks and buttons that fighting game pros use. Software-wise, they partner with Brook Accessory and utilized X Input to bring you the most seamless controller experience out there. Just plug and play. And I don't think you realize how simple this is, because they didn't just stop with the controllers and the inputs. They're also modular and swappable. Polycade was nice enough to actually send me a bunch of their controllers to test out and show you exactly what I mean. Most arcade systems have you choosing what controllers you want, and you have to figure out a bunch of wiring diagrams just to get them to work. Polycade made it as simple as possible. One single USB input. That's it. You pop the controller out, plug in the USB, and slide the new one in. You're good to go. You want up for some golden tea? There's a wide variety of controllers available, including light guns with recoil. There's even some cup holders that allow you to use one single controller if you'd like to. I actually use that when I'm streaming. What do I do with all the controllers when I'm not using them? Polycade also sent me this wall mounting kit for the controllers, and now it works as an arcade controller and art. Sente's price puts it at about an average for a home arcade cabinet in 2025. The fact that it packs so many features and possibilities makes it an incredible value, considering that most other arcade cabinets aren't as easily modular or even compatible with so many different ways to play like the Polycade is. The arcade is also really easy to install, taking me about 20 minutes to install mine. Just make sure you have a helping hand and two studs that are at least 24 inches apart. And that's not all that's easy. Swapping out the controllers is really easy with one USB. You can easily use a Switch, PlayStation, or any other console. Adding games from ROMs or from Steam is absolutely effortless. Even getting my custom PC up and running with the AGS software and games was simple. Last but not least, I'm having so much fun. I'm looking forward to playing more games on this thing and could not be happier with it. However, it's not perfect, and nothing ever really is. They have a few areas to improve. Here's some changes and improvements I'd like to see for the Sente. One minor gripe is that it's only 2-player. For me, this isn't a huge deal since my son and I only play it every so often, but I can imagine as he gets older and has friends over, they have to take turns 2 at a time playing. I wonder if there's a way to make Sente 4-player? I'd love to see that. The airframe chassis that I built on my custom PC was really difficult to put together, and if I'm being 100% honest, out of the box, it was impossible to put together. I actually needed to order some hardware to get it to work. They also don't have any instructions on putting it together at all. Polycade should consider taking this down from their site until they can get it right. Future AK here. I recently talked to the Polycade team, and they informed me that they're aware of the issues with the airframe chassis. They're going to be redesigning it and sending out replacements to folks soonish. Before you buy one, I'd pop into the Discord and just make sure it's been fixed. Okay, back to the video. Another slight nitpick, but running cables in and out of the Polycade felt a little bit limited. There's a small amount of space behind the Polycade to run something like a USB cable, but anything bigger than that, it's going to be a challenge. Larger holes at the bottom could help with that. Lastly, I'd like to see an option to upgrade the monitor of the Polycade. Let us choose between a 1080-60 or something like a 2K 120 monitor. Those building custom PCs will really appreciate that option. I hope you found this review helpful if you're looking to put an arcade cabinet in your home, bar, or business place. The Polycade Sente is a solid investment that will evolve both in hardware and software, making it an incredibly fun investment for your home or business. As always, if you have any questions, feel free to ask me in the comments and I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for tuning in, and I hope you love others today, and even more importantly, I hope you love yourself. See you on the next one.
Bye-bye.